Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that may link with a summer transfer move to Arsenal, brought to you today by Manscaped, right? And I've got one of their shavers right here, the Lawnmower 4.0. Don't forget, even if it looks like Arsenal aren't getting a midfield upgrade this summer, you can still upgrade your midfield by checking out Manscaped's brand new Lawnmower 4.0, which comes with skin-safe technology and waterproof resistance. It even lasts 90 minutes on a single charge, which is 90 minutes more than Willian should have played at Arsenal. I love this script. Join 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by using the code TRANSFERDAILY for an amazing 20% off your order and free shipping from manscaped.com. Remember, your balls will thank you. I love that. Love that, man. Love that. Love that. Listen, down to serious business. And big up Manscaped, by the way. There's not a lot of time left. We're running out. We can do our grooming. We can do whatever. There's not a lot of time left for this transfer window. And really want to see Arsenal now get some positive business done. I think, this isn't my thoughts on it, that there's still going to be an incoming player, maybe even two. And obviously there's lots of players that are going to be leaving, and there's lots of speculation flying around Arsenal at the moment. And what's going to be really interesting for me is to see what sort of team Arsenal put out tonight for that game against West Brom. Don't get me wrong, it's a massive game for Arsenal. Shouldn't be, but it is a massive game for Arsenal. It's going to be interesting. There's certain players that didn't really figure at the weekend, and it'd be interesting to see if they play. Will Hector Bellerin play in that game? You know, Lacazette, will he play? I mean, he is at the moment coming under a lot of speculation. Alexander Lacazette, linking him with a move away. Well, listen, we've known all summer that he's entering after this year into the last year of his contract. That means he can walk away for free. He's in the last year, right? He can walk away for free. There's rumours that Arsenal are willing to accept around about £12.8 million for him. That's all. Remember how much we paid for him, the 50 million quid. £12.8 million for him. He was our top goal scorer last year, remember. Let's not forget that. And it was really interesting to see Mikel Arteta talking about how good it is to have him back, because we know that he's been suffering from COVID, and he is now back from that. He was back in training yesterday, and he was talking about the importance of Lacazette and Aubameyang, and how these guys are like the senior players, and how, you know, even though they've got all these young players, he's looking for them to lead these players. As I said, Lacazette, the top goal scorer last season. If we sold him for £12.8 million, or whatever the fee would be, will we get a replacement in? That is the thing. You know, there was all the talk before about Tammy Abraham, but Tammy Abraham went to Roma. Who else is there that we could get in that wouldn't be a huge fee? You know, because if you look around at the strikers at the moment, and I'm not talking about Mbappe, but if you look around at some of the strikers at the moment, you know, if you want to like one of those top quality ones, the fee for it is absolutely humongous. And I'm just looking at it and saying, right now, the hole that Arsenal are in, for £12.8 million, I'd keep him, even if we had to let him go for nothing at the end of that. What is £12.8 million if you haven't got someone to score the goals? And he was the top goal scorer last season. Also, rumours linking Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang with a move away as well to Manchester City. Can you believe that one? But that one is out there today. Now, this one seems to have stemmed from, you know, various sources around. Not really seeing a lot, you know, again, it's another one of these speculative ones. Now, what they're saying is if Manchester City fail to get Harry Kane, which at the moment, that's touch and go, they haven't come back yet, Man City, with a new offer for Kane. Tottenham seem to be wanting around about, you know, ridiculous £150 million for him. If they can't get Harry Kane, there's talk that they might turn to Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, because they need a striker and they believe that he's the guy who could score the goals for him. Again, Arsenal would demand a massive fee for him. And again, would Arsenal risk selling Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, even though we know he's 32, but would they risk selling him knowing that to get a replacement in for him would be a massive fee, and at this late stage in the market would be really, really difficult. But, you know, there's been lots of rumours linking Aubameyang with a move away. From what I understand, he wants to stay. He wants to put last season behind him. He knows that he had a really bad season. He had a tough time with malaria and stuff like that. But could he be sold? I still very much doubt that Aubameyang will be moving anywhere, but that's one of the rumours flying around today. And there's also the Eddie Nketiah one. We're going to have no strikers left. Eddie Nketiah still being linked with a move to Crystal Palace. This one out of the two seems the more likely one for me. As I said on yesterday's show, the sticking point is the money. Palace want to pay around about £10 million for him. Arsenal are looking about £20 million. Maybe this is one of those ones that might get done with, you know, add-ons. You know, I'm noticing that a lot in a lot of deals at the moment, that the use of add-ons. So, you know, £10 million plus add-ons if he does this and does that, or if, you know, or sell-on clauses. Maybe it might be able to get done with that, or maybe they might be able to compromise, maybe on a 15 million or something like that. But I can see that deal getting done and Eddie Nketiah moving on, and then maybe then pushing up Balogun. Because if you think about it, striker-wise, if everybody's fit, you've effectively got 5 people who can play that role. You've got, of course, Aubameyang, Lacazette. You've got Balogun. You've got Martinelli, and of course Eddie Nketiah. So somebody's definitely going to have to move on. And remembering that this year there's not European football to keep all of these players happy. Houssem Aouar. This one continues and continues and continues. And there's a report out today. I think the rumour comes from Get French Football, who are saying that Arsenal have been given the green light to sign Houssem Aouar. Now, we've known about an asking price of around about £25 million. It's even fluctuated around to about 17 million. Now we're being told that Lyon, and I don't know what the desperation is on this, but Lyon might be willing to let Houssem Aouar go on a loan, as long as there's an option to buy at the end of it. That is what Get French News are reporting today. There's been no offers yet for him, but again, this could be another one of those deadline day signings, or one of those that go close to deadline day. And it's going to be interesting. We know that Tottenham have been very interested in Houssem Aouar, and there's rumours that, you know, Ndombele he wants to leave Tottenham at the moment, and they need another. They think they might need another midfielder as well. But the Houssem Aouar thing is really interesting. Why is it? I mean, last season we were bidding up to nearly £60 million for this guy. Or that's what they wanted. I think we went about 50 million, and then we said, nah, too much. Now it seems like this season they can't give him away. You know, options to buy 17 to 25 million. You know, it's a real weird one. And nobody's really come in for him yet. That's the other surprising thing. Nobody's really dived in and said, yes, we want him. So is there a problem? There's been these rumours that he's been a bit of a difficult character around the place, and we know that Mikel Arteta doesn't like that, hence the reason why Guendouzi is no longer here. It's a really interesting one. Will we move for Houssem Aouar? Because I look on it and I'm still thinking, midfield-wise, even though, you know, Odegaard's been bought in, you know, if we say, for instance, move on Mohamed Elneny, you know, which I think we should be doing, we should be looking to do, and there's interest from Besiktas for Mohamed Elneny, and he could possibly move again. He's going to be another interesting one to see if he plays tonight. I think he probably will, but if he doesn't play tonight, that kind of starts to signal to me that maybe they don't want Elneny to get injured because he could be on his way out. I don't know. I can't predict it at this early stage, but that starts to leave the midfield a little bit light, you know. And I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, then Houssem Aouar would be a good buy. And you're bolstering that midfield, which is a real problem area, you know, because we're losing a lot of midfielders. You know what I mean? As I said, if Elneny went, You know, Danny Ceballos has already moved on. Lucas Torreira, of course, as we know, about to go. You know what I mean? This one's almost certain that Lucas Torreira is going to be leaving Arsenal, and is going to be, could even be announced today as a new player for Fiorentina. 1 year loan with the option to buy. I think that option at the end of it's going to be around about £12.5 million. So Lucas Torreira will be another midfield player moving on. We might move on Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Again, he's been preferring to play in midfield recently, but that's another midfielder gone. So whilst you might feel that, you know, we've got enough midfielders in, you know, Odegaard, Sambi Lokonga, you know, Xhaka, I think we could do with somebody else in that midfield area. And if Houssem Aouar's that sort of money and they're interested now in doing loans and stuff like that, I look on it and I think to myself, why not? I mean, I don't know what you guys think, but, you know, I think it's a bit of a no-brainer at that sort of fee with the sort of players that are going to be available right now. So could that be a deadline day deal? As I said, the green light given according to Get French Football. It really does seem like Lyon want to get rid of him. And the other one that's around heavily again today is the one about Kieran Trippier. This one is not going away. Trippier is said to be wanted by Arsenal. We know the right back position is a problem area, even though we've got about 4 people who can play in there. Hector Bellerin is still looking for a move away. Again, I'll be interested to see if he plays today. He did have this tight calf or tight muscle? You know, I heard that a lot of times when they want to sort of leave a player out. He had that at the weekend. Will he be in the squad for will he play tonight? If not, that's signaling that he's probably on his way out. Certainly, he wants to leave. Also looking for buyers. Nobody's really come in yet. But what about Kieran Trippier? That rumor persists. 31 now. Bit old. And they want a high fee. There's even rumors that Atletico Madrid are saying, give us either Aubameyang or Lacazette as a swap, which, you know, I think that would be a seriously bad idea. So there's still lots to go, lots of activity to go in this transfer window. Under a week left now until that window closes. What is Mikel Arteta and Edu going to do? And by the way, I saw a rumor today even saying that Edu's under serious pressure, you know, and that he could be replaced if things don't go right. So their decisions that they make from now to the end of the transfer window are going to be absolutely huge for them, both personally and personally for getting Arsenal back on track. Listen, thanks for watching the show today. Don't forget to check out Manscaped. Use the code TransferDaily. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, big game. We'll be all over it. West Bromwich Albion. We're going to be outside the ground speaking to fans. We're going to be in the studio with our Match Day Live. We'll be speaking to fans after the game. On Match Day Live, you can send in your videos and voice notes if you want to be part of the show and your comments. So looking forward to that. But thanks for watching the show, and I'll see you tomorrow.